Here's a story. I know I've told this story before, but it's a wonderful story. Rabbi Mendel Futafas, that he was put into prison in Siberia. He was imprisoned in Siberia in Russia, very at hard labor. He was there for like, I read different 5 years, 7 years. Even if he was there for 1 hour, it was too much. But nevertheless, he was there for 5 years. And in that time, the course of that time, he saw a lot of very amazing things. And he said that his mind had to be working constantly to find something positive in everything that he saw and everything that he heard. So one of the things that he heard and he saw, because death was always around the corner and it was cold and it was miserable and there was everybody hated everybody else, especially the Jews. So one story that he told was like this: that um, there was one person that would always claim to be a tightrope walker, a non-Jew. He said before he was put into prison, he worked in a circus and he could walk on a tightrope. So Reb Mendel listened to him. He listened to everybody. Then he thought, that, what type of a message can I learn from this? So when Stalin died in 1953, so the things got a little bit more lenient. So this fellow, he found a rope and he got permission and he strung it up like, about 15 feet high or something like that. And he strung it up from one place to another and made it tight. And everybody gathered around and he walked on the rope. He said, Reb Mendel told me the story. He said the first couple of times he fell down, but he knew how to fall like a cat. He said he fell down and he got up on the rope and he walked on the rope. Maybe it wasn't 15 feet high, maybe it was 10 feet high. Anyway, so he walked on the rope. He walked on the rope. He got to the end. He turned around. He came back. Everybody clapped. And he came to Rabbi Mendel and he said, what do you say, Jew? What do you think? So Rabbi Mendel said it was pretty amazing. I have to admit, it was pretty, I thought, but, what does a person want to walk on a rope for? But now I see it was very impressive. So he said, the tightrope walker said to Rabbi Mendel, what do you think my secret is? How do you think I can walk on a rope? So Reb Mendel said, I don't know. I tried to figure it out when you were walking. How could you possibly have walked on such a thin thing like that, a rope? He said, I don't know. But one thing I noticed, said Reb Mendel, was when you got to the end of the rope and you turned around, I saw that your face changed and that you were a little bit afraid. So he said, oh, the tightrope walker said, you're a smart person. He said, I'll tell you what the secret is. The secret is that when I walk on the rope, I look in general. I have a general, but my main focus is on the goal, the end of the rope. And that keeps me balanced. I don't go too much to the left, too much to the right. But when I get to the end of the rope and I have to turn around, then there's 1 second that I haven't got a goal. That I can't look at the end because I'm not facing it. I have to turn around and immediately get that new goal, the other end of the rope. And that 1 second, I'm afraid. I'm afraid that then I'm going to fall, that I'll lose my balance. So Reb Mendel afterwards, I heard this from an addition from someone else. Reb Mendel told the story several times, and the Reb Mendel said that saved his life because he felt that he was at the end of his rope. He had been already in Siberia at that time, I don't know, 3 years, 4 years, which was, just every single second you just had to pull from the essence of your soul to keep yourself alive, to keep yourself positive, to keep yourself not from freezing, to not from getting sick, and etc. And all that time he was working, and he just got out. His batteries just ran out. He said, I felt I reached the end of my rope. As soon as I heard you say that when you feel you get to the end of the rope, and then you have to turn around and find a new goal, as that gave me renewed energy. Now I have to turn around. I've reached the end of the rope, and I have to find a new goal. Right, to get out and to do more good and to be more connected to Hashem and to the Rebbe and to Torah and commandments and to do more good. So it's a story which is also for us also that we always have to have a clear goal in our life. And the Rebbe wants us to say the goal is to bring Mashiach. But a lot of times we feel we've done everything we can and it's just not going to happen. Well, when we feel we got the end of the rope, then we just know we have to make a new adjustment and turn around and find a new goal. Not that new goal. We have to renew our connection. We have to renew our connection to the goal and make the goal more real than it was before. That's a lesson to be learned from the tightrope walker. And we'll do Yom Yom later on.